All right, we're gonna go ahead and create a Windows virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. In this case, we need to go to a specific website. So right here, we're gonna type in https://aka.ms/Azure Dev Tools for Teaching. Make sure you have your student or staff, faculty and staff email ready. For student, you make sure it's your username at stu.southtexascollege.edu. If this is your first time signing into this website, you would have to go through an extra step to verify who you are, and they do require you to have a phone number or a cell number, just in case you want text. Of course, then you use your STC password to log in. I have an extra step for myself, so because I have two-factor enabled. All right, and once it loads, we should be here on the Azure Dev Tools for Teaching website by Microsoft Azure. So we're here on the welcome page of the Educational Hub. So we're gonna be basically on this blue stack of pancakes on the top left. So we're gonna click here, and then we're gonna leave our mouse over the virtual machines. Then we're gonna go ahead and click create. If this is your first time creating a virtual machine, you will not get this part of the website. You will be taken to another part to sign up for a free trial. The free trial is necessary in order to create a virtual machine. The free trial will give you $200 in credits. That's basically gasoline for your computers here. Your virtual machines will take up so much per hour. I think it's usually 21 cents or so when the computer's on and running. So you have $200 credit for 12 months. After the 12 months or the $200 credit, Microsoft will ask you if you want to be charged per hour or so. If you say yes, or if you say yes, they will charge you per the hour. If you say no, they will not charge you at the end of the trial, either when you use your $200 credit or at the end of the 12 months trial. If you don't answer the question, it's still automatically no. You do have to have a credit card or a debit card to sign up for the free trial. It is necessary in order to create virtual machines. Okay. Once you finish that process, you should be taken back here. If you're taken back to the main educational welcome screen, remember to click that blue stack of pancakes on the top left and go ahead and leave your mouse over virtual machines and click on create again. Now you should be right here where you need to create the virtual machine. So as for resource, we don't have one, so we're going to create a resource. This is where all the billing comes into play right here. This is where it checks how much you use and so on. So we're going to there's no way around it. We need to use one. So go ahead and click on create new and give it a name. So I'm going to call this production resource dash RG or dash RS for resource. Go ahead and click OK. The virtual machine name, you can give it whatever name you want. I'm going to call my Win10-x64-Office. I'm going to be using Microsoft Office on this, so that's fine for me. You can give it whatever name. It's just for my preferences. On the region, make sure you select South Central US or whatever region you're from, because you don't want to get confused with times and so on. On the image, we're going to click on Windows 10 Pro. It doesn't matter the version, as long as it says Windows 10 Pro. Now on the size, this is where it's going to change. You should be able to select the D2S version 3, but it should change right now. There we go. Now let's click on select size. Now go ahead and select the D2S underscore V3. And it kind of, if they give you a fast enough estimation, there it goes. This is how much would it charge per month if you left the virtual machine 24/7. So we're not gonna run it 24/7. We're gonna only run it when we want to. So go ahead and so click it, and to select it, then click the select button. Now you need to give it a username. You gotta give it an account to the computer, the Windows computer. So go ahead and go ahead and make a username here. So I'm just gonna call it simple name. I usually give all my VMs for temporary reasons. Password, you have to follow their password requirements. I think it does have to be 12 characters long minimum, and you need, I think, at least 2 out of the 4 categories or 3 categories they have here, like a number, a capital letter, a lowercase letter, and a symbol. I think you need to have 2 of those, or all 3 maybe. Go ahead and retype it. And we are not going to have any public inbound ports. So go ahead and click none. Go ahead and click next. Just leave the disk as fine like that. Click next on networking. All right, so we're going to create a new virtual network. So go ahead and click create new. All right. Under the address range, we're going to delete the one that's currently there, the 10.0.0.0/24. Go ahead and delete that. You can follow my lead here. In this case, it's probably recommended you do follow my lead unless you know about networking. /16. Not 15, 16. There we go. And then we're going to create 2 subnets. The subnet name, you can give it whatever you want in the subnet name, but I'm going to call this production-sub. And I'm going to make the subnet like this. You recommended you follow my lead again on this part. And then we're going to make the other one, make another one like this. This one, you must call it as what I'm going to type it out. Azure Bastion Subnet. Why are we making this? This is what we need for it to remote control the Windows VM on an HTML5 client. Basically, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Google's Chrome to run it inside the web browser. Well, to remote control inside the web browser. Also recommended that you follow my lead on the subnet here. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. And then we're going to click OK. And you see our production -subnet sub is already selected. That's fine. We are not going to give it a public IP address. So anything else, that should be fine. Everything on default. Yeah, that's good. Now we're going to click next under going to management. Here on management, on the auto shutdown, you do want to enable this. This is crucial. If you do not enable this and you accidentally forget that you leave your VM running, you will waste your credits in no time. So in this case, I wanted to shut down. I don't use anything past 12 a.m., so I'm going to do it at midnight. Make sure a.m. My time is U.S. Central Time. UTC -6. So it should be right here. There we go. I don't want no notification before shutdown. If you want to have it on, that's fine. But remember to save your work in the cloud storage or save it on the VM before, again, you know, before the shutdown. It just turns it off completely. So I don't require no notification. And click next. Events, just that's fine. On tags, that's fine too. Leave it as it is. And it's just gonna go through all the settings what we changed for the virtual machine and the resource group we made, the subnets and so on. As it shows right here, this is how much that will charge for your VM to be running. Will be 21 cents an hour. That does add up every day if you have your VM running constantly. This is why the auto shutdown is good, so you don't waste all your $200 credits. So we're gonna click create. Now here, you should be coming to the next screen where it's saying deploying VM. It is not instant. This does take a while, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depend how busy Microsoft Azure is. So you do have to wait it out until it says your deployment is completed. Okay. Now that my deployment is complete, we are going to create what we call, I believe it's an appliance. And that appliance is called Bastion. So on the search bar on top, we're going to type on Bastion, Bastion, and it does a little search for you already. And we're going to click under the services. So let's click on Bastion under services. And right here, we're in this screen. We're going to go ahead and click that add button on the left over here. We're going to choose on this part, we're going to choose the resource group that we already have, which is the production-res right here. You can give the name of the instance, whatever you want. In this case, I'm just going to call it Bastion production because it's in there. The region should be selected for you. It's to be, in this case, South Central US already. On the virtual network, we should have the Bastion one we created, the Azure Bastion subnet. So once we click it, we should check the virtual network we'd be on, the production res-vnet. That's our one. There we go. Under the subnet, it is called the Azure Bastion subnet. That one should be selected by default because Bastion requires that naming convention for the subnet. Yes, we're going to create a new IP, so that should be left alone. Everything else should be left alone. Now we're going to click next on tags. We're going to click review, and then we're going to click create. Of course, this is the same deal when Microsoft Azure was deploying the VM, creating it. It does take time. Here's another time. Again, time cards. It'll be like another 5 to 10 minutes. Once your deployment is complete, we're going to go into our virtual machine itself, our Windows VM. We're going to click the blue stack of pancakes, again on the top left. We're going to leave our mouse over virtual machines, and we're going to look under view. Let's go ahead and click our virtual machine, our Windows 10 virtual machine. And under operations, I believe we're going to click the run command. We need to run this command in order to allow remote desktop for your Windows computer. And the command is enable admin account. So go ahead and click it, and this little window should pop up. And go ahead and click run. Of course, this is another 2 minutes, 5 minutes as well. Just gotta wait for it. Once the command is completed, we're gonna go under, I believe, settings up here, and we're gonna click connect. Under the connect category, you should have 3: RDP, SSH, and Bastion. Of course, we're gonna click the Bastion because that's what we installed. So right here, you're gonna type in your username that you made for the Windows VM. Of course, this was mine, and also the password. It should open a new window, and it should start connecting to your Windows VM. Congratulations, your Windows VM is set up. There are a couple of little things like any typical computer you install Windows on to answer the first questions, the privacy notices, the discover the network. Just go ahead and say accept or yes, and then start using your VM. Just remember to save your work after you're done, because you have the auto shutdown enabled, and when you have the auto shutdown, it doesn't matter what you're running. If you did not save it, it will not get saved. Click accept, and voila, I am controlling a Windows virtual machine through our HTML5 client. In this case, mine is Mozilla Firefox. And make sure, if you ever want to leave this, just click the start button, click this little person icon right here, and click sign up. Once you press close, it should close the extra window here. All right. Thank you.